So let's talk a little bit about like one example that you talked about, visiting the property. How frequently, in your opinion, should a manager or somebody from the management team visit the property?
Sure. I think it's incredibly important to be visible. And so generally all of our properties, we're visiting at least once a quarter. Some maybe more than others, depending on the property. It's nice actually if it's a single family home or a townhome, you have the need to change the filters in the furnace as a good excuse for you being on site. Dave Ramsey has a great quote. He's like, just make sure they're not, changing the oil to the car on the family room floor. Like just being present, looking around, like, all right, and you can get a pretty good feel for how things are going just within a few moments of being in the property. But then if you have larger, investments that you're making, larger renovation projects that you're taking on, you need to be seen and be present. There are contractors out there who work very hard. They're great to work with, and they're wonderful partners in this regard. But anytime you're deploying what could be a significant amount of money into a property, you need to be hands-on in that process and to understand what's happening. So depending on the scale of the investment or project you're taking on, you should be on site as much as once a week, again, accounting for all the different variables.
Yeah, for sure. I know that things can really fall apart at a property. I mean, things just naturally break down. So if you're not there to see what's going on, and like you talked about, letting other people know that you care about it, whether that's the tenants, the contractors, if they can actually see that you're involved, they'll pay more attention and be more on their best behavior rather than if they're unsupervised.
Right. And as you talk about caring for a property, and it is important, and it's a key system that people need to have in place for how they monitor the property. What I talk to our own team about, as well as other owners that we work with, you never get back what you lose on the front end. So as you evaluate a property, and it's good to engage your property manager at this stage before you've actually purchased the property, is understanding what that property needs. So if you are buying a home that was built in 1930, okay, these are the types of repairs that are going to come up. These are the type of projects we need to take on so that you can adequately plan for those. But then especially making sure that you have the capital for it so that you can raise what you need on the front end or have it in reserves as necessary and then deploy it throughout your plan for the property.
Yep, for sure. A lot of people don't get into properties with enough reserves. We're not planning for that like we should.
Right.
Want to hear more on this topic? Click the link below for the full episode of Maximizing Your Property Value.